It's already started, and I'm just saying that while it's going. Welcome everybody to an episode of Change Starts With Us, Ohio. Again, we're with Sarah, and I can't pronounce your last name, Sarah.
Willoughby.
Willoughby. Okay, like the city. Okay, and she is the daughter of Patrick Shank, who was totally innocent of his crime, and he and several other people have something all in common, and it comes from Medina County. Regarding sex offenses, it seems like they just want to convict somebody, even if it's not the right person, and all you have to do pretty much is point someone out and say he did it, and you're going to be found guilty. So, what have you been hearing about Medina? You live out in that area. Have you heard about anybody else having some issues with them?
I've heard tons of people having problems with them. I'm not going to go in and tell you.
No, I don't want you to do that.
Yeah, but I've had personal friends that have been, actually, I have one in jail right now. For this same thing.
Wow.
So, he is falsely accused.
Wow. And that's what this protest is coming up on the 19th. It's going to cover all the counties and even the corruptness that's in Medina County. I think you have, brothers that are coming that day?
Yes.
Okay. And you're close to giving birth, I see.
Yes.
So hopefully that will be soon. Judge Kimbler and Judge Collier does not have the best reputation amongst family members of people that was lied to. I knew the Judge Kimbler that was a man. That was his or her. The judges in there now. Her husband. He blocked me though on Facebook, and I did try to get an interview with the lady Kimbler, and they said they don't do interviews. So, but I want to put them on the spot. If they convict people, they should be willing to talk to people regarding it and say why they convicted an innocent man.
Yeah, unfortunately, they'll never admit to that, especially when the Judge Kimbler at the time.
Yeah. Well, another thing
tried my father's case.
Another thing that bothers me is these ignorant jerks that want to make comments saying, "Well, he got convicted by a jury, so he's guilty." These people don't know anything about the judicial system, and ignorance should not be talking. And I know who the person was, and he's ignorant. I would say that to his face. And I don't care what you say about me. I've been out 11 years, and this guy needs to get out too because he's not guilty.
Well, people that say those kind of things really shouldn't, because they weren't there. They don't know the situation.
Well,
they don't know why the situation happened. They really shouldn't comment on, especially my father's case, for God's sakes. Nobody knows better than me and my brothers about actually what happened.
Yeah, I think the comment that really got to me and got under my skin is that young lady is a liar.
Not his daughter, for God's sakes.
I do believe that most children would probably turn against the father if something like this happened, because most likely it would have happened to them as well.
Yes, exactly.
So,
and my dad's never done anything, and I even have friends that came to trial to say that my dad's never even tried it. I have a girlfriend that practically lived with us, and she testified for my father saying my dad never tried anything with her. He was never inappropriate with her, and if my dad was actually like that, he would have went after anybody.
Right. And I don't believe he's a predator. I don't believe he committed any sexual offenses or anything like that. We have to get society involved and maybe get people to notice and be willing to go the extra mile and help.
Yeah.
For one, I think we need to get people that's coming out of prison registered to vote. Because I know a lot of people go to Medina County, and we could start voting these people out of office. I had a legislator the other day say I'm not allowed to go to the state house anymore. I'm allowed to vote, but I'm not allowed to meet with my state legislators. That's not how it works. So we're going to still do what we have to. Your father's going to be up in the forefront with several other people. We're going to feature them on our websites eventually once we get that part going. And we're going to ask for people to contact. You could inbox Sarah on Facebook, Sarah Willoughby. How do you spell your last name?
Willoughgy.
I had it right in front of my face. I didn't even see it. But you could inbox her if you would like to help, or if you would have some kind of evidence that they could use. They already had the evidence, that he did not commit it, and it was only by hearsay. But if you have something that you would like to contribute, please contact her. You could also contact us at changestartswithusohio@gmail.com, and you could you send us the information. And if you'd like to help Sarah in, the fight for her father's freedom, how long has he been down?
It'll be 8 years in October.
And he has 8 more years to do?
Yes, his release date's in October 2027. His case is in federal right now, though, so hopefully we hear something good from that.
Good. I don't know much about legal stuff. If I was representing somebody, they would probably get the death sentence. But I hope it goes good for your father. I've talked to him several times on the phone. He's got a good head on his shoulders, and I think he's got a strong passion. If you're guilty of a crime, usually you'll stop fighting it, before 3 years of your before 3 years of your sentence is up. And he's continuing to fight his innocence.
Yeah, every day I'm on the phone with him, he asks me new ways for me, to look up things on how to get him out, and he's wrote the Innocence Project. He's done everything he's supposed to do.
Right.
Because these processes take so long.
Right.
So it's just a waiting game.
Right, and I think if we could get together all the people that we know that was wrongfully convicted of the same crime out of Medina. Now, I don't believe everyone's probably innocent, because a lot of people will say it. But if we could get as many people as we can and show one common goal, I think that's going to help as well. I don't know how to do that, and I'm sure there's quite a few people in prison. And but if we could find that, I think we could really make even stronger headways. I think letters to the editor of the Columbus Dispatch wouldn't be bad, but if Medina has a newspaper, send letters to the editor and have as many people do that as possible. Hit the Columbus Dispatch up as well. Hit your state senator and state rep. I think I know who your state's rep is very well. He's a good friend of mine. I can't remember his name, though. He's a Christian man. He was a Medina County Commissioner before. He's the guy that you'd want to contact. And your state rep, state senator as well, which I know who your senator is, but I can't remember. And ask them for help.
I've gotten a hold of a lot of people, especially people in Columbus. We've called them multiple times. It's just getting people to help.
What you might want to do is get supporters of your father together, have a legislative day in Columbus, and I could give you some names to meet with, legislators, but you have to set up the appointments just because I guess they don't like me. I don't know. But and get them to come down, say 4 or 5 people, and we could set up for that day maybe 4 meetings with senators. I think some laws need to change, and this could be a beginning, of changing laws to the criminal justice system on how they convict people.
Right.
If they were following the law and not hearsay, your father would not be in prison.
Right.
So I believe there was somebody else behind it, somebody that wanted to get some notches under their belt, such as the prosecutor possibly.
I mean, we were fully convinced that the jury was paid off in the first trial by.
Don't say no name. Don't say any names.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me though. The reason I say don't say any names, you don't want a lawsuit. So.
Oh yeah, no, but I mean, we were fully convinced that that's what happened. Now.
And you're probably right. I mean, I believe it's happening.
Well, I know so many people that have been screwed over in Medina courts, not just for what my dad's in there for, but for other things too.
Oh, now you have a friend that's in there now. Is there anything we could do to help him out?
Do what?
You have a friend that's in the county jail now. Is there anything we could do to help him out?
No, he's in prison.
He is? Do you know which one?
He's in Mansfield.
Do me a favor later on. Can you text me his number?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to JPay him, and I don't know if you could do any research out there to see if you could find how many people in the last, say, 7 or 8 years have been convicted of the same crime from Medina County. I don't know how you would do that.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it would be neat to see if there's a trend.
I just know that Medina is very snobby.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean,
if you go to trial for anything sexual related, especially, you can just kiss anything goodbye because they don't care. We had my dad's work records. My dad offered DNA. My dad did everything he was supposed to do. We had so much proof that he did not do anything.
Do me a favor. Contact Bill Lamb of Medina. He's a councilman now, former mayor. I'm good friends with him. I think he's an attorney. I'm not sure. Ask him if he has any suggestions. Let him know your father's innocent, and we're bringing awareness on it. But see if he has some suggestions. And you could send him a friend request. It's under William Lamb, Lamb.
Okay.
And he's a councilman in Medina. And I'm trying to think. I know who the state rep is out there. I'm gonna look that up real quickly though. Because I know who he is. I just can't figure it out right now. Boy, I'm not very bright. I don't know what. I was looking up under the wrong area. Okay. Ohio. Let's see if I can find it. He's a real nice guy. Kind of a pushover though. Let's see. House directory. Okay, there it goes. When I say nice guy, I really mean it too. There's some people I would not. Another person you might want to talk to is Bill Seitz, who's a state rep out of Cincinnati. He's very passionate on criminal justice. Mm-hmm. It's Seitz is his last name, but he's out of Cincinnati. Let's see. I'm trying to see where this. I see everybody but him on here. Bill Seitz is one that's been really trying to get stuff passed in our favor, but he has not had any support from his own party. Mm. We got to get this. We need to get the support for change. I'm trying to think. I know he's here. He's an old man too. Not really old. I'm older than he is, but I won't admit that. Let's see. There's some Democrats I was really surprised that doesn't support us and are very, very judgmental.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Adam Miller's one. And I'll say his name out. Boy, I can't find his name. Here it is. It is Stephen Hambley, Hambley. He's a state rep, or one of the state reps from Medina. He would be a good person to get a hold of. You can mention me. He's a real nice guy, a Christian man. He might be tough on law, but I believe he wants only the guilty to be incarcerated, not people that are not. And since '91 in Ohio, when the Gernstein brought the Innocence Project, through Barry Scheck's group, Gernstein was the one that started in Ohio at the time. We've had 28 exonerated in Ohio since then, and Mark Gottstein now is the director. And if you think of really, nationwide, they claim it's at 30% of the prison population is innocent of their crimes. I was astonished when I heard that. And then I was thinking about everybody who told me they were innocent when I was locked up, and I didn't believe them. I just wondered if they were.
Right.
And I'm meeting people now that are innocent. So I would contact Stephen, whatever I just told you his name was, and contact him, and Bill Lamb from Medina, Bill Seitz from Cincinnati. The governor already stated, don't come in front of his office with a sex offense or a murder case. So pretty much he is saying if you're innocent, you're staying in prison.
Yeah, which is wrong.
Yeah, it is. And thank God he's only running for one term. And I met him back in the early 80s. I knew he was tough on crime at the time, and I wasn't in trouble, so I was too. But when I experienced the system, and I seen firsthand on what they do is they extort the truth into what satisfies the court.
Right.
And a lot of attorneys will make a deal with the court. You let me win this one, I'll give you the next one. Or give me this, or I'll give you this case, let me win the next one. I believe those deals are being made.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I know my brother spent 1 year in prison, and the judge and his attorney would go out for lunch every day, and the prosecutor. That's not a good sign.
No.
So why don't you briefly, and say within the next 5 minutes or so, he had two different two different cases. He went in front of Judge Kimbler and Judge Collier. Were they both for the same type of case?
Yeah, and if my dad was, what happened with the first trial is that he was not represented very well because they didn't hire a very good attorney.
Right.
And I feel like if they would have just hired a good attorney from the get-go, my dad, the second case wouldn't have even ever happened.
Right.
Because the only reason why the second case even came about was because, like I said, the person came over our house the entire week of the first trial.
Right.
And then magically, the day he gets convicted, they go to the cops and say, he did this.
Right.
So it was just, I think they were trying to get money out of it.
All right. Now, you knew the girls that was the plaintiffs, correct?
Yeah.
Were you good friends with them?
My brother was really good friends with the one. I went to school with the others. The others were brought in by another person that wasn't even involved in the case, but they knew her. They knew them.
Right.
So they brought them in to make their case stronger. And then the second trial, I was neighbors with her.
Right.
But the timeline where she said that these things happened to her, we didn't even know her at the time. She was just trying to make it seem like my dad had a thing for younger girls.
Right.
She tried to say this happened, like it happened between 2003 and 2004, and we didn't know her at that time. She was just trying to make it seem like she was their age.
Right. And you don't have to convince me, but we have to convince society. I don't believe you would stick up for your father if he committed this crime.
No.
But I don't believe you would hate him neither.
No, I would never hate my father. The only way I would ever, hate my father is, if he did something to me. But my dad never, ever did anything to me. Right,
which makes me believe that he didn't do anything with anybody else.
Like I said, my own grandfather was found guilty of these crimes, but he actually did it to his own children.
That's sad, but that's happening, And the thing is, throwing people in prison, even if they are guilty for that, is not giving them the help. They need to be in a counseling setting where they could get help. Now your father, on the other hand, we have to find a way that somebody will offer help for him. And I would still try to get a hold of. I would bug the Innocence Project, until they're willing to look at it again. They have a new section that's non-DNA. So if there's no DNA in your section, they still could take the case. So now let's give the contact information again. Okay, your name is Sarah Willoughby, just like the city Willoughby. She's on Facebook. You could inbox her. You could email us at changestartswithusohio@gmail.com. Sarah, do you have an email that they could email you at?
Yes, I'll just have to spell it out though. SK, the number 8, ORDIE 66687 @AOL.com.
You might want to do an email for him.
Do what?
Do an email that's easier for him that people could email. Like
you can always I think I'll have to just make one.
Yeah,
I've had that one since I was 15 and I just haven't changed it.
Yeah, I mean I got like 100 emails because they keep shutting down my Facebook page. Does he have a group page or a group or a page that talks about his innocence on Facebook?
I created one page when he first went in there. Pat Shank is innocent.
Yes.
And then I've had a couple of GoFundMe's for when we needed help with this case, but I don't think those are even on there anymore because they've expired. Yeah. But
invite me to that page, and I'm going to invite people as well. And remember,
I created a new one because what happened was that I created my mom a Facebook, and then I created that page through my mom's Facebook.
Oh, okay, that's fine. If you could create even a group where you invite people personally, or you could do a page where you invite everybody, and then whoever wants to accept it, accepts it. And you might think about doing a website that's inexpensive where people can make donations through the website.
Yeah. I've done that before in the past. And,
right.
I've had several donations.
But yeah, for a case like this, you need more than a couple of donations. If we don't get an attorney that's going to volunteer, but if you contact some of these big law firms, some of them do pro bonos as well.
My dad has an attorney.
Federal?
State.
Okay, he's a federal attorney, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Nancy mentioned him to me. Make sure you share this video and the podcast because I want to interview your father with you also on the phone sometime. We'd have to do on video or something through Facebook. But I want you to be there, to kind of help your father through, because, so that, we just have you there as well.
Yeah. I get it.
So see if you could set that up. Talk to your father. I've JP'd him a few times. I haven't heard back from him.
He's pretty slow with getting back on JPay.
You should see me. Yeah, my responses is 1 or 2 words, and I get yelled at. I'm not a big email person. But okay, well, we will close this tonight. But we're asking for somebody to step forward, even if it's a private investigator. If you'd like to donate any funds, please contact Sarah Willoughby. How do you spell your last name again?
WILLOUGHBY.
Okay, she is on Facebook. You could inbox her. All the money would go towards his fund for his release. It's not cheap. It's easy to get locked up and hard to go home, especially if you're innocent.
Oh yeah.
So we're going to close this video out now, and we thank Sarah for being here and having the passion and being non-judgmental. That's the most important thing. She's going to make a difference, guys. Thank you, everybody. Okay, Sarah, if you could try to set something up with your father.
Yeah, I can.
Oh, damn, I put that on the podcast. Oh, well. Damn.